Let's solve another problem from LeetCode. It's letter combinations of a phone number. So in this problem there are digits given here, and for the corresponding digit there are a few letters. Like if you see the 2 3, for the 2 there is a ABC, and the 3 DEF, and 2 3, and we need to find out all this, the combinations. Like I have here ABC, so from A is 2 3, so for the 2 3 there's ABC and DEF, so I take A and D. So if you see here AD, and then AE, AE, AF, AF, and then you can take B, and then again try with all these combinations. So that's the output we need. So the way I'm going to solve it is using the recursion. So first what I do, I store this combination in a map. So it's saying for 2 to 9, so I will just take 2 to 9, 2 to 9, and for 2 I will store ABC, for 3 I will store DEF in a map. And then when I use the recursion, so from this string I will take 2, and then I will get the 2, and then again call the recursion for the remaining, and remaining is 3, and call the recursion, remaining is nothing. In the case of nothing, I'll return the empty string. And then in a recursion for the 3 and 2, we'll just get the value, and then we'll combine this. So let's see the code. This is not very difficult. So let me create one map, and in a map I'll create a map of a string and a string, and I will store all these values. So map, so I do not need the make here because I have the value here itself. So this I can do like this. So for 2, the combination is for the 2 ABC, for 3 it's DEF, and 4 GHI, 5 JKL, and 6 MNO, 7 PQRS, 8 DUV, and 9 WXYG. Okay, so I store this in a map, and then we'll call the helper function, which we need to pass this map here. So I'll create one helper function here. And we'll call this function here, this function, and we can pass these digits, and we can pass this map. And for the map I can create a variable to hold this value. So map string, and then string. So here I will call this function first. From these digits I will get first character. So from this I can get digits 0, so I'll get the digits 0, and digits 0, when I say the digit 0 here, then from this I'll get the 2. So let me say that that's the key, so the key is 2, and then again I'll call the recursion for the remaining the value. So I'll call this function again, and in this time I already got the first value 0, then the remaining I want to get for the remaining. So this time our digit is less, so I do not want to include 0, but I want to start with 1. So then the next time the 3 will pass the 3 and will pass the map here, and this will give another this string. So that is, I say str array, I can just say, because this function will return str array. So this is the recursion. It keeps going on, and sometimes this string will be empty, so we can put the base condition here. So if length of digits is 0, so in that case we can return empty string. Just put nothing here. So in this way, this will also return something here, like once the base condition reach, then it will return the empty. So, and like, let's say in this case we reach the base condition and then return empty, and then for the key digits, for the key, we can get the value from the map. So I'll get str array 2. This is not str array, but this is the str, and for the key, so from the map I'll just pass this key, and then for the 2, I'll get the ABC. So this contains the ABC, and I will run a loop here. It's a letter and the range str. So I will get the letter here and this letter, and we have and this recursion will return the result here, and then I'll just combine with this value to this L here. So I can define a variable, like let's say var result and then string, and then here I can run another for loop, and then I can say L2 from str array range str array, this one. So this is the ABC you will get, and from here also we'll get some value, and then we'll put that in a result. So result.append result, and we'll put this character and this character, L and L2. So string L plus string L2, and then we can return this result. So that's all. Let's run it. This is the help. This should be the helper function. So let me put here helper, and here also we call the helper function. Cannot use key variable of type byte. M key, that is the string. So M, and we'll put the key, and key is a digit 0. So this is the string. So let me convert this thing to a string. Input, yeah. So for that, that's a special scenario. So in that case we can handle if I'm gonna put at the top here itself, if length of digits is equal to 0, then return empty string. Accepted. Submit. Yeah, so I think, if you have understood, that's good. That's not a very difficult recursion based on other we have already solved, but let's dry run one more time here. So we'll take and I think you can, if you have understood, you can skip after this. Otherwise, if not, then we'll just see that. I'm going to dry run for the 2 3. So go to this screen, and then here I'll put 2 and 3, and then in this place we'll call string digits key. So here we'll get the key, so the key will get 2, and then so for 2 3 I can just say we call the function with a 2 3 function, and then we'll run the logic here. So we run the logic and we'll get the key. So now we'll get the 2, and then there is a remaining piece of logic is still there, the remaining, but we have not called this, the remaining piece of logic here, but we call another function again, letter combination. So we'll call function, and with this time we are calling this function with 1, because digits and 1. So I'm just saying that take everything after 1 index. So it will call the function again, f3 function, and for the f3 function again we'll come here and we'll get the key from the f3, and we got the key 3, and still this dot 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 say, okay, after that there are many things to be done here, but we call again the recursion, and this time we call the recursion with f and with empty. So this time it will return, this function will return empty in a str array. So if you see, it will return empty in a str array, and that will be empty things here. And now we have the remaining things we need to do. So remaining things we need to do. So for the str, we need to find out what is the str here. So what is the key here? So the key is 3, because this is done. This function is done because that's the empty, and again this function call here, and it's the empty, and it returned the empty in a str array. So str array contains the empty, and then after the remaining things we have to keep continue. So this time the key is 3. So this time we got the 3 like def. So we'll get so this str we will have def. So we'll get this str or def, and now we'll run a loop for the def, and this time we'll have the def, and then from the str array we want to bring something. So but in an str array there is an empty stuff here. So this time we'll get so we'll run this, and we'll get the def, because this is the array, and we'll get the d, and we'll get e and f. But in the inner loop we have the strl. In an inner loop, str array has just one empty things. Then in that way we'll get just the result of this. In a result we'll get a def. So result, there will be the array d and e and then f. So this has def, and it will return this array def. So return the array def. Okay, so as soon as this return, so that value def will be stored in this return of f3 here. So in this f3, because we call the f3, and then we got in str array, and this has the DEF, D, E and F. So this str array logic is done, and this dot 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 was remaining for the two, for the two, this work is done. Now we have the remaining stuff here. So the M key, so for the key is 2 here. So we are doing like bottom up things for the 2, and for this 2 we'll get the ABC. So the str has the ABC. So str has a ABC. Now this is the final things here we are running, and there is a loop here for the ABC. So we'll run the ABC, we'll get the A, and then inner loop will run against DEF. So we'll get the combination A, D, A, E, A, F, and then for the again B, D, B, E, and B, E, F, and finally we can return these combinations. So that's how for today. So yeah, you can try by yourself, you can get the better idea. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.